The Duchess of Cambridge dazzled in a tiara that once belonged to Princess Diana at a glittering Buckingham Palace reception on Tuesday night. Kate, 36, joined husband Prince William, 36, the Queen, 92, and the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall for the diplomatic reception, an annual white tie affair and one of the highlights of the royal calendar. The royal mother of three looked breathtaking in an embellished off-white gown with a flattering cowl neck and cap sleeves. The sparkling number, believed to be a new addition to the royal wardrobe, twinkled beneath the soft lights of the Buckingham Palace rooms as Kate greeted some of the roughly 1,000 guests in attendance. The Duchess, who hosted a Christmas party for RAF families at Kensington Palace just hours earlier, accessorised with a favourite pair of pearl drop earrings, and finished the look with a stunning Cambridge Lover's Knot tiara piece that she has worn on a number of previous occasions. As Kate charmed guests at the reception, the Duchess of Sussex joined her husband Prince Harry at a Carole concert held in memory of a close friend of his, Henry van Straubenzee, who was killed in a car accident aged just 18. Meghan delivered a reading to the congregation at St. Luke's Church in Chelsea, which also included Pippa Middleton and her brother James, her husband James Matthews, and her parents, Carole and Michael Middleton. Rumours of a rift between the two duchesses have swirled in recent days, following the news that Meghan and Harry are preparing to leave Kensington Palace to set up home in Windsor, at Frogmore Cottage 25 miles from William and Kate, who live at apartment 1 with their children, George, Charlotte, and Louis. Last night's reception also called for a quick turnaround for Prince Charles, 70, who stepped out in white tie just hours after donning a suit for a special Westminster Abbey service celebrating Christians in the Middle East. His wife, the Duchess of Cornwall, was the picture of elegance in a satin oyster-colored evening coat, which she wore over a dress of a similar material and slightly lighter color. The ensemble is very similar to one worn by Camilla, 71, to the Buckingham Palace state banquet honoring Queen Maxima and King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands in October. Meanwhile, the Queen put on a regal display in floor-length satin gown with a delicate tiered lace overlay. Adding to the sense of occasion, Her Majesty swapped her favorite black handbag and leather shoes for metallic gold accessories. Joined by her family, the Queen appeared in excellent spirits as she greeted some of the roughly 1,000 guests invited to the reception, including ambassadors and high commissioners posted in the UK. Revealed, the royal order worn by Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, has been pictured wearing the Royal Family Order of Queen Elizabeth II. Pictured, for the first time. October marked the first time the Duchess of Cambridge has been pictured wearing the Royal Family Order of Queen Elizabeth II. The honor is bestowed by Her Majesty to female members of the royal family and is worn on white tie occasions such as state banquets and the annual diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace. The order, which is also worn by the Duchess of Cornwall, Princess Anne and the Countess of Wessex, features a jewel-encased image of the Queen pinned on a chartreuse yellow ribbon and worn on the left shoulder. The miniature portrait, painted on glass, depicts the Queen as a young woman in evening dress wearing the ribbon and star of the Order of the Garter. The image is bordered by diamonds and surmounted by a Tudor crown in diamonds and red enamel. Its reverse, in silver gilt, is patterned with rays and depicts the royal cipher and street. Edward's crown in gold. The Duchess of Cambridge, 37, did not wear the order at the last state banquet she attended during the visit of King Felipe and Queen Letizia of Spain in June 2017. However, it is believed she received the order in December 2017 and would therefore have worn it to the diplomatic reception that month, although no full-length images of the Duchess at the event have emerged. In keeping with the white-tie dress code, the Queen and Camilla also wore tiaras for the occasion. The Duchess of Cornwall sported a Boucheron tiara that once belonged to the Queen Mother, while the Queen opted for another piece from the royal collection. The Duchess of Cornwall and the Duchess of Sussex also sported the Queen's Royal Order, which features a jewel-encased image of the Queen pinned on a chartreuse yellow ribbon and worn on the left shoulder. The miniature portrait, painted on glass, depicts the Queen as a young woman in evening dress wearing the ribbon and star of the Order of the Garter. The image is bordered by diamonds and surmounted by a Tudor crown in diamonds and red enamel. Its reverse, in silver gilt, is patterned with rays and depicts the royal cipher and street. Edward's crown in gold.The order is also worn by Princess Anne and the Countess of Wessex. It is the second time Kate has been photographed in the honor, having previously worn it to the state banquet in honor of the Dutch royals 2 months ago. In a tribute to her late mother-in-law, the Duchess once again opted for the Cambridge Lovers' tiara, which has become a clear favorite for white-tie events. Kate's tiara tribute to her late mother-in-law Diana in the Cambridge Lovers' tiara in Hong Kong in 1989. The Cambridge Lovers' tiara is the one worn by the Duchess of Cambridge most frequently, and for very sentimental reasons. The tiara was made by Royal Jewellers Gerard in 1914 to Queen Mary's personal design, from pearls and diamonds already in her family's possession. It was a copy of one owned by her grandmother, Princess Augusta of Hesse, who married the first Duke of Cambridge, 7th son of King George III, in 1818. In her will, Queen Mary left the tiara to the Queen, who wore it frequently, including at an evening event in 1955. In 1981 she gave it as a wedding present to Prince William's mother, Diana, who wore it for the first time at the state opening of Parliament that November. Diana also wore the tiara in 1985 on an official visit to Washington with Prince Charles. And since her death, the glistening headpiece has been worn by the Duchess of Cambridge, who was most recently spotted wearing it at the state dinner during Queen Letizia and King Felipe V's visit in 2017. It was also seen on Kate at last year's diplomatic reception. Kate also wore the tiara to the Chinese state banquet in 2015 and the Spanish state banquet and the diplomatic reception last year. She most recently wore the piece to the state banquet held in honor of Queen Maxima and King Willem-Alexander of the Netherlands in October. It marks the second appearance for the busy royal couple today. Earlier they threw open the doors at Kensington Palace to welcome the families of RAF servicemen and women currently deployed overseas. The white-tie diplomatic reception is the main social event of the year in London for the diplomatic community and reflects the Queen's importance in terms of the UK's international relations. It is also the largest reception held at Buckingham Palace, requiring hours of intricate planning by the Master of the Household and the Marshal of the Diplomatic Corps, as well as the commandeering of almost every member of waiting staff. More than 1,000 people from around 130 countries, including members of the British government, past prime ministers and the Archbishops of Canterbury and York, attend the gathering. Most notable, however, are the many hundreds of ambassadors and embassy staff officially accredited to the Court of St. James, often in brilliantly colored and eye-catching national dress.